Maestro Gaming presents a wobbly wagon wheel production about a nomad man. That man is the Gypsy King. Okay, ladies and gents, welcome back to another Maestro Game production, and as you can see, we are in a beautiful park, actually very close to our new club. Now, that new club, as you may remember, is going to be in the Asia/Africa region. As you can tell from the park behind me, we are not in South Africa. So, which of the Asian countries could we be in? Well, whilst I head on over to the club and introduce you, I want you, ladies and gents, to just think for a second whereabouts we could be. Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen, we are here in Malaysia and our club is PKNP. Now, I'm going to try and not completely butcher the full version of their name, but before I do that, lovely orange and black colour scheme. Nice for me, considering my local club, of course, is Hull City. That is a colour scheme I am very used to. So, the team name, of course, is Perbadanan Kemajuan Negeri Perak Higher Fury. So, PKNP for short, which is the one we're going to go for, because it's going to take me a week to say the name in full, have today confirmed the appointment of remember, Tyson Fury as the club's new manager. Eyebrows have been raised in the world of football at the appointment of the now 35-year-old who has recently spent time away from club football. Also a lie, we know where we have been. And he is sure to face plenty of questions when he faces the media for the first time at PKNP Stadium. Fury has put pen to paper on a one-year deal worth £700 per week. Not a great wage. We are a little bit poor. Now we are here in Malaysia, but he replaces previous manager Abu Bakar Fadzim. Fury lacks the reputation of a survival specialist. We know that's light also, which given the club's current ambitions creates an intriguing dynamic as they intend to retain their place in the division, considering we are bottom of the league, because that is the whole point of the save. We pick the team that's bottom of the league and avoid relegation, or at least attempt it. We have failed on one occasion. With only 6 games to go until the end of the season, PKNP find themselves 12th. 3 points from safety, PKNP have lost 4 of their last 5 games in the league. We also have a weird cup afterwards, so don't worry, ladies and gents, it's not going to be like 3 episodes long. We do have a cup after we have managed to hopefully survive in the league. So, half a star reputation, media prediction is 11th, of course it's a 12-team league. As you will have noticed from the previous section that we are in 12th. Director of Football, don't have one. Assistant Manager is Chang Wing Hoon. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Now, our stadium. We have a new stadium built in 2023. 3,870 capacity. So when we go have a look at the stadium, just keep that in mind. That's not the stadium we're currently in. But you know what? The old stadium does look pretty good. I've had a little peek at it and it's a pretty decent stadium. Now, as you'll see, we've got poor training facilities, poor youth facilities, and basic youth recruitment. So, how have we been getting on? Well, we have a little bit of history. We won the Premier League in 2022 and the League B in 2016. Current season, though, we are 12th in the league, FA Cup 3rd round, Malaysian Cup Group A. So, club background. Founded only in 2015, we're a pretty new club. Not going to go through our full name again. Are a professional Malaysian club currently playing in the Malaysian Super League. PKNP narrowly avoided relegation from the Super League last season, which hopefully we can manage to do again. The club play their home games at PKNP Stadium and possess poor training facilities, poor youth facilities. The club also has basic academy coaching and basic youth recruitment network. Having enjoyed success as recently as 2022, PKNP are currently with a growing history. Not really growing history, we're a very yo-yo side. If we narrowly avoided relegation last season, 2022 won the league and was only founded in 2015. We've had a bit of an up and down road. So, PKNP won the Malaysian 2nd tier for the only time in 2022, won the Malaysian 3rd tier for the only time in 2016, and runners up on 2 occasions. Okay, so it was the 2nd tier we won in 2022. So, Okay, we're not the greatest of signs. We have managed to crawl our way up the divisions and get into the Premier League, and now we are looking to retain that spot. So, our current formation is a 4-3-3. I'm liking the optimism. I'm not sure I trust Omar enough to have 3 strikers, though. How good are you, Omar? 2.5 star, 2.5 star potential. Yeah. Omar, you might be getting dropped, my friend. I think goalkeeper is definitely on the list of positions we might need. So, transfer obligations. We have this guy joining on a free transfer. He's joining on a free transfer, not a tree transfer. Don't know what a tree transfer is, but it's definitely not got anything to do with football. Ho Wee Loon, though, is on loan from Home United for a little bit as well. Now, where does he play? Ho. Father Christmas. He's not even in our best 11 apparently, so I'm not quite sure about that one. But we are supposed to sign players under 23. Do not sign anyone over 30. Okay, no oldies. Got it. Work within the wage budget. We always do that. Fight bravely against relegation. No, we are going to survive. Positive mentality, my friends. FA Cup, third round minimum. I believe we've already done that. Be competitive in the Malaysian Cup. I mean, we're going to try. We shall do our best. Schedule press conference with the media, of course. Backroom can send me some messages, which I shall deal with right now. Not going to make you guys sit through it. I'm going to sort the team out, show you guys what our team currently looks like. Before I do, though, let's have a little look at what we've got to spend. 38 grand. We're currently already over wage budget, though. Things are looking tight. You know what? Let's have a little look at what we've got. We've got Pinto. 33, 5 star. Looking good already. He's a poacher. He's a good poacher. Doesn't have the acceleration. He's probably going to slow down because of his age. He can work as a deep lying forward, so that's good. We've got our Palestinian striker. Now, how are we on the foreign player rule? So we need a maximum of 4 foreign player rule. Maximum 3 foreign players, not including Asian players. So maximum of 3, 1 has to be Asian. Gotcha. That is the ruling on that. Now, the question is, who are we going to be able to sign on? Absolutely no interest in signing new contracts. So, I don't think we're going to be able to sell him. 11k, yeah, there's no real point in selling him. We may as well utilise him to keep up. So, Pinto is going to be our star striker when I get round to that. We then have a solid central midfielder, a solid 2 to 4 weeks. I think he's our starter. So, central mid. Okay, so let's just have a little look. We have a central defender, 2 strikers, cam, central attacking mid. Do we have anyone for the right side, though? That's the problem. The right side's a bit weak. We can get someone for the right side. That wouldn't be too bad. The problem is our goalkeeper isn't great either. Now, here we have a decent striker. Don't really want to be going for free, though. 2... There's a lot to work on with this team. There really is a lot of holes in this team. I don't think we've got a whole lot of wiggle room. I think the tactic for us right now is finances, make budget adjustments. Okay, we can't make any sort of adjustments. I guess I'm going to pray the board gives us a little bit more money, because yeah, we don't have a lot to work with. We're already over wage budget. We have a bunch of players who we don't particularly need. And we have holes everywhere. So, yeah. I'm going to try and figure this one out. We have 2 cams. Things could get interesting, folks. I will join you back in a second when I've sorted the team out. Okay, Ron, so before we crack on with our first game of today's episode, I'm going to give you a little look at our team situation. Now, I did have a little bit of a worry because this Hashim guy is one of the guys who was being brought in as we signed on. Luckily, he got in on time because, as you can see, our other right back, Abdullah, is currently injured and, well, is out for quite a while. He has a groin strain, in fact, 9 days to 4 weeks. And, well, he's not the only main injury. I did put Desire in the central midfield. Unfortunately, he has now gone and taken a knock. Now he is out with a sports hernia, 5 to 7 weeks. And joining them both, of course, is Ngolelu, who is currently out for 12 days to 4 weeks with a hernia of his own. So, yeah, 3 big players currently being missed. So our bench is looking a bit iffy. We have a couple of strikers, 3 defenders. In fact, he's a defensive mid. So, defensive mid, attacking mid, no central midfielder though. He can cover in that central midfield role. 2 strikers, don't particularly want 2 strikers, would rather have 1, get an extra midfielder on, and 2 central midfielders. We don't have a backup on the left. Currently, we don't have a backup on the right because, of course, our starting right back is injured. So, yeah, things are looking rough. On the transfer front, I am looking at bringing players in, of course. So, as you can see, defensive left and defensive right are where I've been aiming. He wanted quite a bit of money. I don't see him coming in. Now, he'll probably be coming in. So, we'll have a look at him if he manages to come through the doors, but he is very likely to do so. So, as you can see, this is the state of our team. We are very good in the attacking roles. Both strikers are good. Our central attacking mid is good. Our central midfielder is okay. We have a decent central defender over there. Let's just get these in some logical order. Goalkeeper. Now I've had a little look. 2-star, not too bad for this particular league. 1.5 star though. 1.5 star. Okay, so we've got a midfielder with potential. He's not too bad. He's got a little bit of potential. And yeah, we've got a few weak areas, but we are not too bad. Definitely need to add a bit more squad depth, that is for sure. We have one guy who isn't on the bench, who isn't injured. Now, as you can see, wage budget's now 275. It did creep up a little bit because, of course, their original target was to attempt to avoid relegation. We are going to avoid relegation. So I bumped it up to the avoid relegation. We've got a tiny little bit more cash, but not a whole lot. We have managed to sell one player as well, and that... Hold on. Just go to transfer streets. So much easier. That was Sahiza. Now, he was a reserve of ours, sold for 1.5k, 1.8 rising to top of the league. So, not a bad little sale to them. We are currently in the midst of trying to sell some of our backup players, just in order to get some decent first teamers. But I'm going to load up Google Maps, give you a little show around our stadium, and we'll get on with our first game of today's episode. Right, ladies and gents, so we've loaded up Google Maps, and behind me, of course, is the old stadium, but it's a nice little stadium, and it allows us to have a nice look at what the club was working with previous. So this is the entranceway. As you can see, it is a joint stadium between us and our main team, I believe. I believe this is the main team to us, or it's some other secondary team. So that is the stadium. Now, is there anything else around here? Stadium? Indira Mulia. So there's another stadium next to us, which looks like a box, quite frankly. I guess that's for some sort of indoor sport. Let's head on to the main road, see if we can see anything of interest. Now, let's head on down. Do we go left or right? Which is looking more interesting. I'm guessing right is more into the city. So we'll head into the city, have a nice little drive where we'll hopefully see some stuff of interest. What do you tell us? Not a whole lot. You know what? Should we just do the lazy thing? I think we should. I think we should just get lazy. We are just going to skip out of there, and we shall have a little look like this. So we are in this region in the center. Let me just collapse that out of the way because I'm not quite sure how much onto the screen that was going. So we have the stadium near us. We have a nice little hotel. In fact, let's have a little look at this hotel. This hotel is quite nice. £26 a night, in fact. So we have the fire station next to the stadium. That's always good if we have a fire. I guess we don't have to worry about that. As you can see, here is the fire station across the way. We then have a few different other things. So what is around here? We have a nice little store. Let's have a little look at the local store for the amenities. And I'm not seeing it. Looks like a car park to me. I'm not quite sure where that's supposed to be. I guess it's this little hut here where them kids are hanging out. No. Nope. No idea. No idea where that store is supposed to be. So let's have a little look in the other areas. Now, I started off in a nice little green area. Now, whereabouts is that? That is this big green blob here. As you'll see, if I drop us down, I want to say I dropped us about here, roughly speaking. Oh, Jesus, my friends, that's a little bit close. I don't want to be on top of you. But there's the lake in the park. If we just head on to the other side of the lake. Ooh, interesting. We can have a nice little boat journey. I should probably save some of these for thumbnails because some quite nice ones. But as you can see, the lake is looking lovely. We then have a nice little stream running through. It's not a bad little area, you know. Let's have a look at this restaurant. We're going to head to the restaurant, because why not? Hopefully this restaurant actually exists. So, restaurant is supposed to be around here. Okay. I guess not. I guess no restaurant for us today. We can head further down though. The swimming complex is just down here. So, what is the swimming complex like? At least the swimming complex actually exists. We're not being conned into thinking it doesn't exist. Although, I'm not sure why it looks like a bunker at this side. There's a semi-indoor swimming pool and then an actual outdoor one. Very interesting arrangement. I don't know why you don't just have an actual indoor one. But yes, this is the area. I'll just have a little zoom out to see if there's anything more interesting. The hospital for all of our injured players isn't too far away either. So that is pretty good to see. There's another one over here. Yeah, we are very well covered for injuries. If there's a fire, they can get to us nice and quick, and all is looking good. But that is enough for us having a look at the area. Let's head on into some actual action and get on with our first game of today's episode. Okay, everyone, it is kickoff time. No need to go through our team because we've already had a look at our team. They are going for a good old 4-4-2. Now, I don't think we're going to be able to recognise any names. What I have recognised, though, is Bakar. They do have a couple of him, and, well, that is going to get rather confusing if I keep saying Bakar to Bakar to Bakar to Bakar. But let's go talk to our assistant. Now, our assistant is Wing Chan Wing Hu Ning. Now, I just want to call him Wing, quite frankly, or Chang. Chang the man. But assertively, no, we don't want to be assertive. We are bottom of the league. Let's get passion. Get a bit of passion going. We've got a double home header today, ladies and gents. We're playing 7th, and then we're playing the team directly above us in 11th. So let's just try and get something going. I don't expect anything. It's time, yeah, passionately. Time to end our poor run of form, lads. Listened keenly. That is what I like to see. You're about to take charge of your first match as PKNP manager. Can you sum up your feelings on an occasion like this? Well, Fabian Eder, who seems to follow me everywhere, from the Goal publication, an enthusiastic fellow. He must be enthusiastic. He has literally followed me everywhere. He's now here with us in Malaysia, but it's a special day. I can't wait. So, as you can see, team above us, 2 point gap, so we do need a win if we're going to get off bottom of the league in today's game. We are, of course, versing 7th, who have more than twice our points. We regard any potential advantage as an advantage. You could make a real statement about your intentions in this match and go, we are going to, I wouldn't tell you. My primary focus is to make sure we keep things tight at our end, quite frankly. So, you're 12th in the form table. Can you, we can find some form quickly. This is a chance for us to do so. Especially considering they're a mid-table team. It's not like we're versing first, who seem to want to nick all our players, or second, or any of those top teams. I'd say everyone from 4th up is basically a guaranteed loss. They're all on 30 points, and they have a 5-point gap on the team below. But it's with Sahami, and he is going to get across in, maybe gets it to oh, what was that? Floodlights were in the way, but we just scored a beauty of an opening goal. 15 minutes in, Horzaini has gone and made himself a hero with me already. Opening goal on the volley, smacks it, and someone rip those floodlights down, please. That was an awkward situation, them being in the way, but it was a beauty of a goal. We've not seen a goal like that yet, I would say. I would say that's probably the best goal we've had on the series so far. But they have a free kick. They are looking to equalise. Whipped in at the back post, headed to the front post, and it's just nodded in. Our defender. What was he doing? In fact, let's see the highlight just so I can click on the defender to see who that was. I want to know who was on that post who went and did nothing. Number 5. Number 5, who are you? We'll find out who you are. Don't worry about that, number 5. We will find out. So, it was you. Hashim. Hashim. The new man with a disappointing performance. That was very disappointing. Beautiful opener. Gone ruined, all by a bit of lazy defending at the post. Raj though, Raj whips one in. Bakar, oh my goodness, Omar. We started off so well, and now he's just scored a double. I would assume that's the same Bakar. If not, it's still a double from Bakar's. Omar tries to tip it over the bar and just tips it onto the bar and in. So, yes, it was a double from the same Bakar. He's going for his hat trick, and unfortunately our beautiful opening goal has gone to waste. So, we've had 2 shots to their 6, 2 on target to their 3, 6 fouls to 7, 1 yellow card, 0 yellow cards, 41% possession to 59. Not too bad on the possession, that is pretty reasonable. So, our best performer, of course, has been Kahozani, with that 8.2 and 100% tackle won ratio. For them was Bakar with 2 goals and an 8.7. So, struggling to perform was Hashim. He gave them the opening goal with a 6.4, and the other Bakar with a 6.5. So, hopefully they'll take the other Bakar off, just so I don't have to say Bakar to Bakar at any point during today's game. So, Kedda is currently getting a nice draw at home to Johor. We then have PKNS, so the southern version of our team, I would assume, is currently losing 2-0 at home to top of the league. So, Chan thinks that was disappointing. I think that was disappointing. Assertively, show me something else in the second half, lads. Even he's fired up, and he had a beauty of a first half. So, lads, you know what? Attacking. Could go positive, but you know what? No. Just get attacking. Push up. Do something positive, lads. I am going to demand more. I know you're frustrated. I know you're anxious. But I want to see something better in this second half. Especially from Raj. Raj, I'm going to have to risk these yellow cards, I'm afraid, ladies and gents. Raj is going to have to go off. So, Raj is off. Now, what would you prefer to be? I think put you on a support is probably the best thing to do with you now. You've been struggling. You have been struggling, so perhaps we take you off. I think what we do is we take you, drop you back, we then bring on Ho. He can go up there. That takes off a yellow card and has a guy struggling come off, as well as moving another guy struggling back into a position he might feel a bit more comfortable in. Now, Hashin, he's focused up, so you know we're not going to mess with him. We do have you... Pinto, you're supposed to be my star player. I'm not going to take you off, but I'm not going to be happy if you continue to struggle. In fact, I'll probably sell you, because he's on £1 a week. Yeah, we can get a few players in for £1 a week. That's like 2 or 3 players worth for him, so it's really tempting me. Unfortunately, though, not going to get a whole transfer for him. And every player we bring in is usually on a case of pay now or pay later. On that occasion, I'm glad the floodlights were there. I don't know who at Sports Interactive decided to design this with the floodlight like that, which covers up most of the goal. That was a terrible design decision, as was our defending. But, yeah, guess we demand more. That's all we can really do. Can't really complain. We are bottom of the league and we're losing to 7th, but this isn't the first game I would have hoped. It's definitely been a little rough, and I apologise for tapping on the keyboard. I completely forgot, quite frankly. I forgot my hand was directly below the microphone. But Bakar holds up possession. He has been dispossessed. Come on, can we get a second goal, please? Are we just going to score worldies and then just get beaten into oblivion? Is that what our team is about? Oh, we did not deserve to concede a 4th goal. Not at all. This is definitely not a reflection of the game we have played. Now, a loss is reasonable, but the manner in which we lost, that was not. So they win 4-1 in the end. They got 2 braces. We got our beautiful goal, but it was the only goal we managed. 6 shots to their 13, 4 on target to their 8, 17 fouls to 15 fouls, 2 yellow cards, 1 yellow card, 39% possession to 61. Now, the best performers was Zahohini with 1 goal and 8.3. For them was Bakar with 2 goals and an 8.9. Struggling to perform was Salah, who got 6.3, and for them was Tasung with a 6.7. Few different milestones. We're not going to go over the fact that that was our managerial debut for this club. So, player of the match goes to Bakar, of course. It's a shame, because our player really deserved it with that beautiful goal. But, you know what, lads, day 1, I'm getting aggressive. I'm far from pleased with that result. Even you took it on the chin, and you had a beautiful performance. Our captain is looking good. He is pretty darn tasty when it comes to the footballs. So, Slam's team, of course. What else would I do? What spotted? Ooh, he's looking at our star striker, who did absolutely nothing, by the way, in the previous game. So, that is us. In fact, we're going to have a little tactical tweak. We're going to go positive. We might even change off wing play. I think play up the gut might be the case with this team. Our wingers aren't great. So what we are going to do is we're going to switch to tiki-taka. We are going to focus through the middle. We are going to we want shorter. We don't want much shorter. We want to have a decent tempo. We'll have a standard tempo. We don't want to be too short. We're going to play for set pieces because we're not a good team. That is that. In transition now. Counter press, hold shape, not a bad idea. Distribute to the centre back, yes. In fact, distribute to either of them as long as you're going to roll it. No, just distribute it to one of them. As long as you can get it to them and don't mess it up, I'm fine with it. High line. I mean, maybe. We'll go with higher for now. We shall use stay on feet because I don't trust my defenders at all to not get sent off, and that will be our tactical tweaks. Hopefully that helps us in our next game as we verse Sabir, who are currently 2 points ahead of us, and hopefully they even lose their game and we can hop up 2 spots. Because as you can see, we do have 5 goal difference on both of those. Those two are very bad at not conceding. We're a bit behind 9th place though. It's definitely between us 3 on who are getting these 3 different spots. Now, if we just have a little look, I believe 2 of us. I'm not quite sure how this works. So, they're relegated. They go into the Malaysia Challenge Cup, but are also relegated. I'm not sure what the point of the cup part is if they're relegated. I don't know. I don't know what the Malaysia Cup actually equates to, so that's interesting. So we either get relegated or get relegated and get to play in a cup in these two spots. Either way, it's definitely looking like a free horse race, and hopefully we can be the one team that manages to escape. But that is our first game out of the way. Our next one will be in 16 days' time, where I'll hopefully have some new players to introduce you to. But if not, then we'll just get on with the game. So I'll see you back at our home stadium in just a second. Okay, ladies and gents, it's almost time to kick off our second game of today's episode. But first of all, I have some new introductions to make to you, ladies and gents. So we have 3 new players. As you can see, if my big head isn't too much in the way, Yohor DT have sold us 2 players, one for 1.1k and one for 1.2k. They are both central defenders. One is going to be a bit more of a backup, the other is going straight into the starting lineup. We then also have a loanee, that is Issa. Now, I believe I bought him on a transfer after the loan, yes, joining PKNP on the 30th of the 11th, 2014. So, as you can see, he is 2.5 star potential. Already reached his potential, 28-year-old Malaysian. Now, 10 under 20 caps, 1 under 21 goal, under 20 goal even. As a right back, not too bad. As you can see, his stats are pretty well rounded as a fullback. We are going to use him as a wing back though. Now, he's not quite as sharp in that. He's solid in pretty much everything other than dribbling. Dribbling is his weakest point in that regard. Now, he has been moving about a little bit. He was at SSTMI at first in 2011. He then went to Singapore for a couple of seasons, where he played at Muda. So, he was in Singapore, played 2 games, then did nothing the season after. He then went to Australia with the same team. Interesting. So Harimau Muda moved from Singapore to playing in Australia, which is a little odd. But then they went back to being a Singapore team, and then, well, he went to Malaysia. He came to Malaysia, went to Kedah, played 13 games for them, 6 games the following season where he scored, which is surprising, 11 following that with 1 goal, 0 for PKNS when he moved to them in 2019. Played 10 games for them the season after though, 10 appearances, 2 goals, 1 assist, and even a player of the match with a 6.72. So he is a solid player, and well, he comes into our starting right back position. We then have Jamal. Now Jamal, he is also going to be a starter for us. 3-star current ability, 3-star potential. Now, as you can see, he does lack a little bit of composure. Everything else though, he's solid in as a centre back. There is going to be some weak points in this league. None of the players are perfect. As you can see, he's been at Johor DT, second in our league, I add, for his entire career. 6 appearances, 6.54. We can work on that. He shall play a little better for us, hopefully. The other guy, of course, is Ali. Now, he's on 350 a week. That's quite a lot for a guy who's going to be a backup. 2.5 star, 3-star potential, but we needed someone who is solid to come in if any central defenders get injured. Now, he's about on par with our other central defender. I want to keep the other central defender in though, just because he's more technically better. This guy is better in terms of his mentals, and yes, they sort of level out, but this guy's more mental than technical, so I'd rather have the technical guy starting, this guy as the backup. So, as you can see, he is pretty solid in everything. His history, though, he was at Johor also, played 5 games, 6.58, and that is it for our signings. As you can see, we've let go of quite a few different players. I believe Sahiza was the last one you saw go. We let go of 2 more, made a little bit more cash. We are still struggling in the cash department, but at least we're now within the wage budget. So we have £150 per week left over, 4 grand in the bank, and we do have a few players we can let go of, as you can see here. In fact, Nagolu is back. It's time for the formation change, ladies and gents. I didn't realise he was back. We was going to go with this. We was going to have this nice solid formation. We're going to do this. Swap out our attacking mid, shift him out to the wing. That does mean we are going to go like this. Focus down the left. We are then going to close that off I guess. We then bring Ho off. He can come off for... There we go. Ngolu. That is him on. We're going to risk him aggravating that injury. He is a key man. He is one of our best free players, so he has to be on the pitch. And that should be that. And I apologise if you hear that screeching. It's really getting on my nerves also. But I can't go out there and do anything about it. So without further ado, let's get on with today's game. So yes, there's quite a few players who are going to be lacking match sharpness, of course. He prefers number 4. Okay, let's give him number 4. Hopefully that helps him play better. I doubt it will, but who knows? Maybe having his favourite number is going to make him perform to the best of his ability. That is our squad numbers selected. We've kept a few of the better ones, just in case we get anyone worthy of having them. As you can see, we are going up against a 4-3-3. So our team, Omar remains in goal. I've had a look at some goalkeepers. The only guy I could find was just as good as Omar, so unfortunately we're stuck with Omar in goal. Suhami is on the left-hand side, Jamal and Salah in central defence. Issa on the right-hand side. The man, the myth, the legend, that is Zahar Ani, who scored that beautiful goal in the previous game, plays in defensive mid. Ketchik and Seyafik are in central midfield. Nagolu is on the left-hand side. Azman and Pinto up front. Now, speaking of Azman, he was wanted by a couple of clubs. His contract was running out. Luckily for us, though, we could trigger a contract extension. So I did just that literally 2 days ago to stop a couple of guys who were trying to nab him on a free. So let's go into the dressing room and get on with today's game. We are actually favourites for this one, so we need to be winning this one. Tell the team no. Yeah, we do need to. Assertively. I expect nothing but a win. I mean, we do have a chance to get out of the relegation zone. I expect nothing but a win from this match. Plain and simple. Everyone's listened keenly. As a man, I appreciate that, my friend. I know I give you a new contract, or at least triggered a contract extension, so I guess you liked me for that. Are you hopeful that a change in playing style will result in a change in fortunes for the better? No, I want to play Wes. Of course, Mr. Singh, the Malaysian football reviewer, who is an enthusiastic fellow who is indifferent about us. Of course I want it to improve. The transfer window slams shut in just a few days. Are you still looking to do business? I'm always looking to do business. Yes, we are hoping to include some deals. There's certain things... Yeah, we'll roll out anything in our own. So, as Sabir are the lowest goal scorers in the Super League, you must consider... Yes, I think we're a better team by far. They are not anywhere near our calibre, even though they're above us in the league. Sabah's recent struggles have them 9th in the form table. It's definitely an opportunity. Let's pile on some misery with that parking lot in front, and hopefully the lights don't get in the way of goals too much today. But they are in possession early. They've whipped one in, and Omar, what was that? Luckily for us, it was offside, but Omar, tip it around the post, not into the corner of the goal, please. For our home games, I might have to change our camera angle just because these lights are getting really irritating. Issa, though, plays it inside to Sayafik. His ball is intercepted, though, and can we win possession back? Someone hunt it down. Push him, push him, push him. Yes, lads. Azman gets the ball off the goalkeeper. Not the cleanest of goals, but his third goal of the season. Let's have another look at this one. Both of our strikers were hunting him down. Pinto, Azman, both coming at the goalkeeper. He had no idea what to do. Rinning, dispossessed, and we have a goal. Not a bad start for us, but we didn't get off to a bad start in the previous game either, and we know how that went. Unfortunately, though, the free kick goes over the bar, and it's still 1-0. So, we are actually dominating possession at the moment. That is a nice sign to see, 64% right now. We're also doing pretty good with our shots to shots on target ratio, so we're doing solid in that department. We're getting our shots off on target, we're keeping the ball nicely, and, well, we are all round playing well. Musa, though, they are in possession, and we've gave them space on the left-hand side. Our right back needs to cover better than that. Issa, what are you doing? Luckily for us, the header goes over. Issa, you might be coming off simply because of your yellow card. But Salah with the ball over to the right-hand side, just gives it straight back to Samson, who gives it to Issa. We are now back in possession. Salah, nice ball up to Pinto, heads it down for Azarman. Azarman has Pinto making a run, plays it back though. Nice ball up to Issa. Will he cut inside or will he whip in across? Probably not the greatest crosser. Gets it to N'Golo. N'Golo keeps it in. Yes, he does, but only for it to be cleared away. Now they are on the counter-attack down this right-hand side. Our left, of course. The lights are in the way, but it doesn't matter because the ball goes wide and we are still in the lead. You know what? The lads aren't doing too bad. Siafik is having a bit of a rough one. He's not playing great, but can't all have a good game. And it goes into half-time 1-0. We had 10 shots to their 8. 8 on target to their 2. 5 fouls to their 7. 2 yellow cards, 1 yellow card. 65% possession to their 35. Now, the best performers were Suhami for us with a 7.2 and a 71% crossing completion ratio. For them was Samsung with a 6.9 and 50% crossing completion ratio. Now, struggling to perform was Jamal. He has a 6.6, but you know what? He hasn't done out really wrong. Winning for them, of course, is the West performer with a 6.3 and the one mistake that led to a goal, aka getting tackled. So, encourage the team. You know what? We're going to passionately encourage the team. We're going to give some passionate encouragement. I'm happy with your performance. Keep it up, lads. You're winning. I don't care how we do this. As long as we win, it doesn't matter. As you can see, this has also lifted us out of the relegation zone. If we can hold on, we are out the relegation zone. Issa, lovely ball over the top. Rinning though collects. Please, try and play it out. Try and play it out. Get dispossessed. No, he's just hoofing it up. But we have kept it in. Suami, can he get a ball across? He gets Sayaf. Now with Pinto. Pinto, come on. Pinto, I'm not paying you £1 a week to do that. That's disgusting. But we have the ball back. Suami. Suami plays it up to N'Golo. N'Golo holding up the ball nicely. Can he do anything with it though? No, he's just going to kick it at the player and Jamal is going to collect. Jamal. No, Jamal. Jamal. Jamal, what are you playing at? I'm sorry, Jamal, but Ali is coming on for you. And Hashim is coming on for Issa. And do we have anyone really underperforming? N'Golo? Ramadan. Why not? I don't know. I will get these guys' names down eventually. But for the opening episode, get used to me butchering some names. It is a free kick though on this right hand side. Whipped in back post. Azarmani. It is a goal. Yes. Not getting disallowed. Pretty hard to see when we've got the lights in the way. We have a second goal, ladies and gentlemen. Azarmani rinning, making a lovely save, as Omar would have probably done if it was at the other end. But it's with Ramdan. Ramdan gets the ball back after his initial shot. Has another shot. It's poked wide by Rinding though. And we have a corner. Can we do anything with it? And who is it? Ketchik is going to be delivering it. Back post, headed away. And we have a throw-in. Probably not an interesting one because we didn't get the highlight. But everything else is interesting. We are winning. The other two teams are losing and we are sliding out of the relegation zone as we speak. We just need to hold on now. Ketchik whips one in. Back post. Pinto can get to it. And it's headed back across facing goal for his 6th of the season. We've finally seen something from Pinto. Paying him £1 a week. I would expect a bit more than we've seen so far. But you know what? That was a beautiful header in the upper corner. Goalkeeper had no chance. And we are out the relegation zone, ladies and gents. We didn't kick off this episode too well, but we are finishing on a high. Now, another free kick. Ketchik, can we extend this lead? We have. It's another one. Sayafk. And I'm definitely changing camera angle for future home games. Maybe not the away ones, but definitely for the home games, we need to get off director. I'm not sure what camera angle we're going to be able to use, but director is not the one. That is for sure. But it has ended 4-0 here in the end. Lovely result. We had 22 shots to their 11, 16 on target to their 3. We had more on target than they had in total. 10 fouls, however, to their 15. 3 yellow cards, 2 yellow cards, 64% possession to their 36. Azaman, of course, was our best performer. 9.3 rating, a brace. Jace for them with a 6.7 and no reason for it. Struggling to perform was Ngolu with a 6.6 and no reason for it. And yeah, with 1 mistake leading to a goal and a 6 rating. Personally, I would have gave their goalkeeper the worst rating. Ringing with a 6.2 narrowly escapes being the worst performer. As you can see, a few different milestones. Feel free to go through them if you wish. Player of the match goes to Azaman though, with that beautiful brace. So, tell the boys they did, yeah, you know what, passionately. I'm happy with that, well done. You've got us out the relegation zone. Solid 9 at full time, solid 9.3, solid 9.1. Great effort all round. There's even an 8.5 over there. As you can see, we have escaped the relegation zone. Now the teams above us do have some games in hand. Hopefully Kadar lose their game. PJ City, where everyone wears their pyjamas, has a game in hand also, but we shall be returning for a double away header in our next episode, followed by yet again another home header, which will be playing the PJ City, so that will be interesting. The bananas in pyjamas will be coming in 2 episodes time. But I thank you all for watching today's episode. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a lovely week ahead of you, and goodbye.